Hello, today I'm going to discuss The Pagan by George Orwell. This is a simple and beautiful poem written by George Orwell when he was a teenager. Jacinta Betticombe was his friend, and her family members faced criticism and ridicule by the members of their community for not being religious. So, George Orwell writes this poem in tribute to Jacinta and her family, showing solidarity. So, here are you, and here am I. It is the beginning line of the poem. He notices the presence of both of them on a beautiful landscape where we may thank our gods to be. Purposefully, he uses this word. His choice of words are very beautiful. That makes the poem kind of revolutionary in nature. He uses the word gods here to decentralize the single deity in Christianity. Christianity believes in one deity, one God, and by using gods, he is being revolutionary here. Where we may thank our gods to be, we thank our gods to have given us so beautiful and wonderful life above the earth, beneath the sky. So he is standing outdoors, positioned between the ground and the wide open sky. Naked souls, alive and free. Naked means he is unburdened by institutional clothing. He is not wearing mask of any sort. There is no pretense. So he is imagining a world or wishing for a world which is devoid of that pretense. We all pretend so well. We all wear masks so well. We don't show our true colors to people. But he wants the world to be vulnerable. He wants the world to be unburdened by all the institutional clothing or burdens. The autumn wind goes rustling by. He now tells us that the autumn wind is it is blowing. Autumn stands for transitional period. Autumn is transitional season between winter and summer, so it brings transition in society. The society transforms. Autumn wind goes rustling by and stirs the stubble at our feet. Stubble is the stalk which remains after harvesting of the crops in a field. When you go to a field after the harvesting is done, and when you walk on the feet on the field barefoot, you can sense the stubble at your feet. Stubble is the small stalks of crops left after harvesting. Here, it could stand for the troubles in our life. Stubble here stands for the troubles in his life. The transitional wind comes and it stirs away the stubble at his feet. Out of the west it whispering blows. The wind blows from the west direction and it carries secret messages and it whispers in their ears. So he is personifying the wind here. He is giving human quality to inanimate object, that is the wind. Stops to caress and onward goes. What is the meaning of caress? When you see a small child, you do like, oh baby, you touch it gently. That is caressing. So wind doesn't just go away blowing. It stops and embraces them, it caresses them, it gives a kind of comfort to them because he is feeling that pain of being ridiculed by his own people. Jacinta is being ridiculed by her own community and he stands with her. As a friend, he stands with her. He writes this poem in solidarity. He says, stops to caress and onward goes. The west wind stops there to caress them, to gently hug them, to give them that emotional support, and then it goes on its onward journey, bringing its earthy odor sweet. So they could smell the fresh smell of the earth. When the wind blows, it carries with it the pleasant earthy smell. See with what pride the setting sun. So the article the has been repeated here. This is publication error. While transcribing, the publication error has happened. That is why there are two the's here. See with what pride the setting sun. When the sun is setting, how is he? He looks like king. He has pride. Again, the sun is personified here. Only humans have pride. Only humans have anger. Humans are happy sometimes, or can feel the pain. But inanimate object is being given human quality. That is personification. See with what pride the setting sun, king-like in gold and purple dyes. When the setting sun, when the sun is dying, it displays beautiful purple and golden colors. Golden and purple colors stands for royalty. And like a robe of rainbow spun, tinges the earth with shades divine. When the sun rays fall on the earth looks as if it is wearing a cloth made of rainbow colored fabric. It looks magnificent. That mystic light is in your eyes and ever in your heart will shine. The same light which can be seen in the sun rays can be found in the companion. The speaker finds the same light in the companion's eyes, and he says, even if the sun sets and the dark night comes, that light will shine in her heart forever. Here, Orwell suggests that true enlightenment and inner peace do not come from adhering to institutional rules and regulations. You can gain enlightenment by your repository of dignity and individual thought, your individualism, and no authority figures can snatch or take away that light which you have within yourself. Thank you.